This Bluetooth headset has great sound. Too bad when I talk to people, they're all muffled. What are we looking at here? Billet grill? I don't know. Should I give you a hint and turn the camera a little bit? Zip, zip. GMC Jimmy. I don't know what I was doing, but I was probably passing the time looking at eBay, or somebody sent me this and said, this is kind of cool. It's an SLE, not an SLUT. They're never as good as they look on eBay, but this is a pretty nice truck. The guy had some really good detailed pictures of it. He bought it on Copart 11 years ago in Texas. It had been stolen and recovered, and he had it shipped here to Brighton, Michigan, and he drove it 250 miles in 11 years. And here it is in all its rust-free Texas dry climate beauty. It's a dead stock Jimmy. Is it a V1500? Because they use the K designation for the newer independent suspension vehicles with those stupid half-moon speedometers. So this is a V1500, otherwise known as a K1500. Missing a bit of air in this tire. It's got the dual front shock option. Does not have a heavy-duty spring, triple spring option. It's got red paint, and someone painted the top white. And I don't know if this is original because it just doesn't quite look right. I don't remember seeing this, but maybe I'm wrong. But I just dropped off my rental car, my Kia, and the fellow from Budget was the nicest guy. He gave me a ride over here. Oh, nice muffler clamp. Yes, we'll have to get rid of that and put one of the diesel ones on from the dual exhaust diesels. It's a 1990, which is the second to last year. It's the third year for fuel injection. Throttle body, which I never worked on before, but I guess I'm going to have to figure it out. Sandies. Needs a little bit of work. Paint's in pretty good shape. Rust-free. It's got a here. It's got trailer wiring. And is this thing nice? Yeah, you buy stuff on eBay and you pays your monies and you takes your chances. I saw in one of the pictures, it just showed a picture of the interior just like that. And I could see this striker was all worn down, the bushing was gone, like they always are. And the guy that I bought it from is a Chevy guy, but he ain't no Chevy guy like Corvair Wild on YouTube. Automatic locking hubs, junk. The wheel nuts aren't even rusty. This is a very nice truck. I am happy with my purchase. I've made quite a few purchases on Craigslist and eBay, and over the years, things just keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Of course, the air conditioning does not work. The battery hold-down clamp is missing. I've got a dozen of those at least. What's doing in the coolant department? This thing hasn't run since last night. A little bit low on coolant. We'll have to stop at Wally World and get a gallon of the green stuff. One of the things I used to do to these vehicles when I worked on them back when I was a kid is I'd always turn this little clamp. It was always pointing up where it would cut your hand or your glove. This one's already been turned down. I've never seen one turned down. They're always pointed up. The little pincer fingers are always up. First one I've ever seen pointed down. Needs coolant. Needs 134. It's been converted. It's got some red funky wire covers. My battery's almost dead, so I got it plugged into my battery charger. I was at the Secretary of State, which is Michigan Motor Vehicle. I got there just before 1 o'clock. They log you in electronically. They track your movements with your phone, and I was there for 4.5 hours. I got there just before 1. I left at 5:30 for a 10-minute transaction for $10. I got a 30-day drive away for $10.18, and I was there for 4.5 hours. I could have made an appointment, but they might have made it in a week ahead of time. I didn't know. How are you supposed to know to make an appointment? So I'm going to crank this baby up. And then a friend of mine went to the drive-in car cruise yesterday. Ooh, scratched. I guess it's the Texas boots the guy was wearing. This thing looks pretty good. A little bit of touch-up. Maybe they have a skid plate that goes here. No rust under the moldings. They're usually rusty under the moldings because water gets trapped. Nope. Theft and recovered. Yep. He said when he bought it, the vent window was busted. We'll just put that right there. Whoop. And that's the same thing. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Needs work. Don't they all, huh? Yeah, never seen that before. The one that I bought in Salinas, San Francisco, banana. The vent window had been replaced when it was broken into through the vent window, and the hole was put a quarter-inch too far back. So I had to go to my buddy's junkyard, Dwayne's junkyard on Log Road in Colorado, and get another vent window out of a nice blue Rotbox S10 or K5 Blazer rather, or V1500. So the dash is cracked. They always are. It's got cruise. It's got no clock because it had the big square radio, which is long gone. It's got a Pioneer or something. The ignition lock was pulled out. He put a steering column in or an ignition lock. I don't remember what he said. And the spare tire was stolen. So it's got a salvage title, which too bad, so sad, but the interior's nice. Oh, there's the lock ring that goes under or on top of the lock plate. There's a plate under here, a plastic little protector, and there's a plate. You have to depress it either with your thumbs and get that ring off. And if you don't have a lock plate depressor, which I have a few of them, you always mangle that ring and you have to go to GM and buy a new one. Of course, they don't sell them anymore, even though they use this ring from 1969 till 1993, 94. They used that ring for 67, 89, 99, 25 years. So I've got to get some more of these rings, because if you don't get that ring off properly, you're not putting that lock plate back on. So I'll save that and remind myself. The headliner is a little loose. The interior lamp is gone. I've got a flashlight. I've got to put hinge pins in it. Oh, so I was mentioning, a friend of mine went to the drive-in yesterday, to the cruise-in, and he sent me a picture of a car, and it's for sale. And I called the guy, we talked for 45 minutes, and I think I'm going to buy it. I'm not telling you what it is. I will give you one little hint. It's really old. Well, to my era, it's 60s era. And it's not an original car. It was a 6-cylinder 3 on the tree, and now it's not at all. So I'm going to do some rumbling when I pick up that car next Tuesday or Wednesday. It's a lot of money, but you only live once. Let's fire this baby up. I've teased you enough with this V1500 Jimmy, and now I got something else that's cooking. Let's see, where did I put the key? I could have just left it in the vehicle because it's a safe place here. Let's see, what have I got in my pocket? I got the key to my G5 junker. What else I got in here? You want to see what's in my pockets? You really want to see? All right, that's what's in my pockets. Oh, there's the key. I've got paper clips I took from motor vehicle, an electrical tester, an inductive electrical tester for household current, 120, 240. I've got a little flashlight that the humble mechanic told me to buy. It's a Coast, Amazon, 10 bucks. They work great, I love them. I got a pen from the hotel this morning. I got a pocket knife that I did not take on the airplane, so I went to Dollar Tree. They had two. I bought them both. I've got my fast adaptive battery charger that my phone loves. I've got a Sharpie for work and another pen. That's what's in my pocket. What's in your pockets? Let's crank this baby up. Let's put the tone works. Put that battery charger back in my pocket. We're going to lower the window. We've got a service engine soon light. We've got a trip meter. This has got 132,000 miles. He said that he put on it, oh boy, that's kind of mangled. He said he put 250 miles since he bought it 11 years ago. Let's crank this cracked windshield baby up. Oh, and she runs real nice and smooth and tight and quiet. Alternator's charging, that crappy ball bearing alternator junk. I might stop at Walmart and put some grease in the idler and the idler tensioner. She sounds real good. 132,000 well-maintained miles until someone stole it and it ended up in Michigan. Transmission fluid is nice and muddy. So the plan is to drive it to Carlisle, Pennsylvania, to the Chevy show. There's a Chevy show. That doesn't close very well, does it? Boing, 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 boing. This might be an aftermarket hood, I wonder. Doesn't snug down, and maybe there's an adjustment, or maybe the hood needs to be, oh, look at that body gap. That's not the way GM would have delivered it. Just had a bit of front end work. That hood, actually the hood may be May have to be aligned a little bit better. Just push it over a little bit. Well, I just got a signal on my phone, something or other. Interior is really nice. Does the back window go down? Yes! Cable-driven junk. The V-frame or the X-frame on the Suburban's much better, but this and the Suburban are far different vehicles. Spare tire, gone. Latch needs some fluid film. How's the bottom of the tailgate? Beautiful. No rust at all. This is a beauty. Someone grabbed the speakers and the covers. I'll have to get those off of eBay or a junkyard. A little bit of dum-dum there. Well, there was a spare tire. There's the tread mark. What a nice truck. Too bad I'm probably going to sell it because now I've got something else lined up. It's old with a 6-cylinder 3 on the tree that's long gone. I'll give you another hint. They cut a hole in the floor to put in a 4-speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, like a farmer in the field says. Good tin body Billy. He says I'm buying too many vehicles. No way, Jose. Life is short. And I want to be all stocked up when I die, which I hope with all the carrots that I eat won't be for a long time. So that's it. I'm giving you a tour of my V1500. My son is in the Army. I don't have any sons or daughters. That's a big regret of mine, but you never know. It ain't never too late. Built Flint tough right here in Michigan. And I think I'm going to show you one more thing. Rumble, rumble. It's got a single inlet, dual outlet muffler. Gotta put some spring wedges in and correct the angle, the pinion angle, drop the transfer case. It's not loud at all. That sounds dead stock. That thing has got almost no rumble at all. Let's see if it's got the most important option that you can't see without making a inspection of the option tag. Service parts identification. G80 Posse, yes! The other one had it too. The one that I sold to the gentleman in Vermont had the G82. 308s, optional highway gears, still gets 10 miles per gallon. Yep. No bushing and worn. This one needs some TLC. We'll fix her up. We'll make this a beauty. Get some air in that tire, put some gas in her. V1500 K5 Blazer Jimmy. Gotta love it. At the Cop Shop in Brighton, Michigan. Lovely place. Except for motor vehicle and the rainy weather.